Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about the Thunder. They get another win. They're the number one team in the NBA. 116 to 107. No Jalen Williams, no Shea, no problem for them. They go to 45 and 14 and 21 and 7 on the road. And the Raptors go to 34 and 24 and 16 and 14 at home. Season series 1-1, and they don't play each other again unless they meet in the NBA Finals, and that doesn't seem likely, but you never know. So it's worth mentioning. 32 to 25, the Raptors beat the Thunder in the first quarter. Then the Thunder beat them in the second quarter, 35 to 19, and they also won the third quarter, 38 to 29. The Raptors cut the lead a little bit because they won the fourth quarter, 27 to 18. Didn't matter much as the Thunder still was able to beat them by 9, and that's still a win, and that's all that matters. Isaiah Hartenstein with the floater game, he missed one, made one, and finished around the rim. Other than that, he went 5-8 from the field and 1-1 from the free throw line to get 11 points in 26 minutes. He also had 9 boards, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 5 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a +4 and plus minus. Chet Fetch Holmgren played 30 minutes. He ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures in points. He finished with 7. He went 3 of 8 from the field, got a couple misses at the rim, and still was able to get a couple of them to fall too. And then he missed his only 3-pointer. He also went 1-1 from the free throw line, had 9 boards, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. You know, he can really defend real well and anchor that paint. He's one of the toughest defenders in the game. And that's as a help defender and as an individual defender. He's just that good. He uses his body the right way. 3 offensive boards, though. No personal fouls. Was a -12 and plus minus. Isaiah Joe, 33 minutes. He had 22 points. He was just letting them threes fly. The best part about it is he made over half of them. And then he went 7 of 14 from the field, 6 of 11 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 2 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, 3 personal fouls, and was a +6 and plus minus. Lugens Dort played 34 minutes and had 15 points. He went 5 of 16 from the field. Somebody had to take some of the shots, and he said, I'll take more of them. He just didn't make that many of them, but he did go 3 of 9 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board. He also had 3 personal fouls and was a +16 and plus minus. I mean, you're just happy that he took the shots, because you had to be aggressive. You had to be a threat out there, and he was for a little bit throughout the game. And Cason Wallace really stepped up too, just like Isaiah Joe in that start lineup with 35 minutes, which was actually the most minutes on the team, and he scored the most points with 27. He was scoring in the paint and outside of the paint. He finished 11 to 16 from the field, only missing 5 shots. One of them was a 3 because he went 4 or 5 from 3, which was really good. He also went 1 or 2 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Did a lot for this team. Everybody played well. Even everybody had a steal and a rebounder more in this game. And he also had 2 turnovers and 4 personal fouls and had 1 offensive rebound and was a +5 and plus minus. He can score that basketball if you give him a chance. And he had a lot of opportunities to do that. And he did a good job of it because he actually took the most shots on the team. Jalen Williams, the big guy, was able to make a little push shot. Other than that, he finished 1 or 2 from the field, and he also missed his only shot, which was a 3. So he finished with 2 points. The problem is he doesn't want to score too much. He's more of a screen setter and a floor spacer, but he did have 8 boards, and that really helped out the team in this one. He also had 3 assists and no turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and was a +5 and plus minus. Caruso kept attacking the basket, but he also hit some shots from the perimeter, going 2 of 5 from 3 and 6 of 10 from the field and 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 16 points off the bench, and they did need all of those points to win this game. But the thing about it is they were always good looks, so he should be happy about that, and the team should be too. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, and 2 steals. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a +22 and plus minus. Kenrich Williams, 11 minutes. He ended up going 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Basically missing every single shot that he took, but he still got 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, and one personal foul was a -2 and plus minus. Aaron Wiggins played 17 minutes. He had 8 points and went 4-10 from the field, 0-4 from three. He had one rebound, one assist, and four turnovers, which was a lot, but he tried to score as well as he could. Just couldn't really get it going from three mainly. He also had one person foul with a +4 and plus minus. And Jerry McCain played 10 minutes and had 5 points and went 2 of 5 from the field. He missed his only three and 1 of 2. Shooting from the free throw line didn't help either. But at least he scored and also had 4 boards. You needed the rebounds as fundamentals. That's essential to winning basketball games. He also had one turnover and a steal, one offensive rebound, two personal fouls, was a -9 and plus minus. And then Nikola Topic, he scored two. He made a three. That was the only shot that he made. The other shot he missed was a two-pointer. And then he had one turnover, no personal foul, was a +6 and plus minus. He did all of that in 6 minutes. That's the lowest on the team. And, he still did something. And you look at the Raptors, you look at it and say, how could they not win this game? Well, they had an opportunity. They had a chance. It just blew them right by. And they just couldn't get it done in this one. Ingram was held to lower than 20. He played 35 minutes and had 15 points. It was 6 of 14 shooting from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. He ended up having 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and was a -23 and plus minus. He's going to try to get that mid range. He's going to try to hit those threes. He did that. He just didn't do it enough in this one. RJ Barrett mixed it up. He was getting to the basket and hitting threes. He went 4 of 6 from three, 8 of 15 from the field for 21 points. That actually led the Raptors tonight. He also played 34 minutes and had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 personal fouls, and was a -1 and plus minus. Did everything that you could basically do in this game, and it still wasn't enough because they even had Scotty Barnes on the court. He was getting some finishes and some shots to go from the perimeter. He did go 0 of 3 from the three-point line, though, and only took one free throw. He finished 7 of 17 from the field and only had 15 points. That's low for him, but that's how the game went for him. He had 3 rebounds, 7 assists. The 7 assists ended up being the most on the team. He had 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and the 4 blocks. Also was the most on the team. He's a two-way player. He's going to make an impact scoring and protecting the rim and facilitating, and he's going to get some boards too. Um, this is a good game from him. He had 2 personal fouls and was a +18 and plus minus. Colin Murray Boyles, he ended up playing 30 minutes. That ended up being a good amount for him, but he only had 4 points in this game. And he went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He made a basket near the rim. And that was it when it came to scoring. He still ended up with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and was a -15 and plus minus. Emmanuel quickly, he helped the best way he could, which is mainly shooting threes. He went 4 of 9 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 6 of 14 from the field. He finished with 17 points, which isn't that bad in 33 minutes. He did have 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers and a steal. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and was a -2 and plus minus. I like what he was able to accomplish and what he was able to bring to the table in this one. But, he did what he could. They needed somebody to have a big game, and then you got Jacoby Walter coming off the bench, going 5 of 7 from 3 and 6 of 9 from the field for 17 points. He was that guy to step up. And he did also have 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal. He also had 2 offensive rebounds and 4 personal fouls and was a -9. And plus minus, Jamal Shead played 23 minutes. He had 13 points and went 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 4 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's going to take his threes and get to the basket. He did those things successfully in this game. 1 rebound, 4 assists. 4 assists ended up being the most off the bench. He also had 2 turnovers and a steal and 3 personal fouls and was a -2 and plus minus. Grady Dick played 6 minutes. He went scoreless because he didn't attempt any shots. And he also still got 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and a block. So he still had a positive impact on the game, even though he finished as a -6 and plus minus. He also had a personal foul. Jamison Battle played 9 minutes. He scored, but he finished 1 of 3 from the field and misses only 3. He still had 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul. It was a -2 and plus minus. Andrew, he usually has a bigger game. He just couldn't make shots in this one. He went 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. That sucked because he only finished with 3 points. He did have 2 rebounds, assists, and a steal with no turnovers and only one personal foul. He was also able to get one offensive board and finish as a -3 and plus minus. Both teams shot 47% from the field. The Raptors shot 47% from three. That kept them in it. But the Thunder shot 40% from three, which is not that far from that. The Raptors shot 12 free throws. They finished at 58%, though. That's bad. But the Thunder also shot 12, but they shot 83%. The small things do matter, especially in close games. 34 rebounds total for the Raptors, 49 for the Thunder. That was really good. 30 assists for the Raptors, 26 for the Thunder, 16 turnovers. Both teams had that. Both teams also had 10 steals, and the Raptors had 8 blocks, and the Thunder had 5. 7 offensive rebounds for the Raptors, 12 for the Thunder. That did make a difference. And then 37 different defensive rebounds for the Thunder, 27 defensive rebounds for the Raptors, and then 22 personal fouls for the Raptors and 19 for the Thunder. But it didn't matter because they both they both took the same amount of free throw attempts, like I said before. But the Thunder did make them better. And the Thunder, they are a tough team to beat. They're a tough team to score on. But the Raptors did have a lot of success against them, and they did get a lot of shots that they wanted against them. The difference was just the rebounding and the free throws, and then obviously who could get the stops when it mattered the most. And the Thunder was able to get the lead and keep it and make it difficult for the Thunder to have a chance to win the game. And that's what you're supposed to do when you want to win it, is make it as frustrating and as annoying as it can be. And the Thunder was able to do that. I like what the Thunder have been doing. Spread the floor, take those threes if it's room in this space. Try to get to the paint, try to get some 2-pointers to go down, get a floater, attack the basket from time to time, get out in transition if you can. Those are things that they've been doing with Shea and Jalen Williams, and without them, that's just the players that they have. That's just the way they're coached. That's just the way they function, and it works. Especially against teams like the Raptors, where they want to play more on the perimeter. They want to use their wings more. Now you have the athletes. Now you have the length and the size and the athleticism to contest things and make things, tough to do. And that's all you can do against the pros. They're the best players in the world. They're the best players in the game. So it's going to be some shots they're going to make. It's going to be some shots that is going to go in, but you just got to continue to fight. You got to continue to push yourself, and you got to continue to want to grind it out. And the Thunder did exactly that, and they're a tough team, to beat. And they find themselves at the top of the NBA again record-wise, but they're getting it done with a different set of guys this time. This team has been going through injuries just like every other team. They've been going through some difficulties just like every other team, but they have been winning so well throughout the season still. I know their record ain't as good as it started with the 24-1 start, but they're still above 500, and they're still getting it done, and that's all that matter. And the Raptors, they're having a fantastic season. They're still 10 games above 500. That's still very impressive. That still is really good. So even though this is a win you feel like they should have gotten, they still just have to look at it and say, we played our best. They ended up matching up well against us. They ended up finding a way to eke it out. And now we just have to focus on the next one, just like the Thunder do, and hopefully we have a better chance of beating them. And we just got to be ready, prepare ourselves, and go out there and try to get the win. And we'll see what the Thunder do. They've been winning games, and, Shea should be getting ready to come back. And this team should be even tougher and more difficult to beat. But somebody going to take the challenge, and somebody going to be ready to beat them. And they've been taking the team's best punches, and they've been getting knocked down a lot. But they still finding a way to get back up and go back at it and say, we ready for what's next. And that's all that really matter. And that's a championship heart and a championship mindset you have to have, which they still do have. And that's why they ended up basically winning this game with whatever they had left. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.